She likes to break down wave pools and break down the opening wave of the heat. A glassy overhead section here in Punta Roca, and after all that time sitting, she catches a rail on her first turn. As we have a nice stretched out wave setting up for the backhand of the two-time event champ here in El Salvador. C.Marks places that one in the pocket. There's the step from Mama Roca. She's looking for deeper water here. Big punch out there from Marks. Chips it in the pocket. Now starting to flow. Olympic gold medalist just teeing off towards the inside as she is just warming up that backhand and warming up.
Is the best read of the lineup of all the competitors. You can tell she's eyeing down the section. She knows exactly where this rock boil is going to come up. She avoids it right there. Good read on the lineup. Straight up into that hook. A little bit of bump and chatter on that face, but Caroline is just so precise with her surfing and her timing out here.
Yeah, I think that's a great call that you mentioned, Rose. It's just precise. Like, you see the difference. Like, there's no hesitation. She wasn't doubting herself. I felt like Bella got a little bit tentative right there, was thinking ahead of herself a little bit too much and forgot to finish that first turn, or forgot to even start it. She was looking down the point already. And Caroline is just beautiful. You see how vertical she gets and how she eyes it down exactly where she's going to land, not trying to move forward, taking her time. Goes for a high line. Just the exchange of the inside rail to the outside rail is beautiful from her heels to toes. Airdropping out of it.
Now running right for Isabella Nichols to recover from the fall. Gets there off the lip, steps off of her second wave ridden. 23:42 to go. As we take another look at Isabella here, Rosie.
Yeah, long stretched out wall in front of her. She's trying to eye off a section to get to work. Hammers that one. 2.33.
Taking waves here. Bella doesn't have priority, so it will go to C.Marks on her second wave. Back-to-back champ, fresh off the win from Portugal. A world champ, Olympic gold medalist, lights up that first section. Driving into the pocket. Two big blows and a third. Got there late and ends up out of control on the finish.
Mistakes that you have. Here, Caroline, obviously leaving the door open for Bella. Beautiful first turn, kind of goes around the section, gets up in vertical, and she's always very solid on her foot. Sets up beautifully for the second one, just a little bit too late. You can't even count that much as a mistake because that was very hard for you to get up there in time for it, and she did it very well. Just kind of stayed too long on the lip line and landed with the lip. A beautiful surfing here for Caroline, just wasn't able to maximize the opportunity she had in front of her.
I was getting really excited about this wave because I think the velocity, like the first turn, second turn, even faster, and then to meet that lip line, she was going so extremely fast.
Isabella Nichols needs to get involved right here and up and out. Isabella's being selective, so Caroline's going to keep this backhand hot. Swings off the top a bit harder and goes down. Nichols is trying to change that script. Isabella got this wave during the break, Rosie.
Nice looking wall in front of her. Smashes it off the top. A lot of water displaced there. Oh, that second turn option. I do feel like watching this heat unfold, seeing all of the mistakes and the falls, probably is a lot harder to surf.
Meanwhile, out the back, C.Marks, super patient in her stance and style. That one's going to keep her behind. About 20 feet out in front, that thing is starting to drain. So let's get this thing fired up. Punta Roca delivering another chance for Isabella Nichols to get a lead change. Drives into a big down carve. Throws down that carve nice and early before the lip line, laying down a beautiful wrapping cutty. Patient through the froth off the bottom. Great execution of rail work off the top, and finds herself a nice complete ride from start to finish.
This was the best wave of the heat. It offered so much opportunity to get up in the lip, didn't close out. She didn't have to chase it down too long. That was a beautiful first turn. And then I feel like, you know, Isabella just beautiful power surfing, but maybe a touch repetitious on those three maneuvers. Frothy inside section. She finishes it clean. and then hits it off the top. So that was beautiful surfing. Everything was right there, the flow. But I think she had it in her mind, like, I really want to complete this ride. I want to keep it on the rail, get a good score on the board, but potentially a little bit repetitious. Jesse, what do you think?
I agree with you, but I love this first turn here. That was commitment, and I think it was smart of her because she has been falling, and the heat's on the very slow average scoring. So she realizes she doesn't need to hit the lip right now. Like you mentioned, probably the best wave of the heat so far as quality of waves. So she just needed to finish, and that was the difference from the 3.5 and what she's going to get right now. It's going to put her, I would say, probably in the lead with the situation that we have, her needing a 6.16. But yeah, she avoided going a little bit deeper in the bottom turn and trying to crack the lip until the last closeout section. But I think for the situation of the heat, it was a very smart for her to do that. But now she's going to leave the door open, obviously, for Caroline Marks, and let's see if she's going to capitalize on the next opportunity. Try to better the 3.5 because it could make a big difference.
Her low score is a 3.5. Nice clean, just tap to connect into the pocket, then exploding on her second turn. Isabella on the windup. Great read, throwing down a beautiful arc. In control now, back-to-back keepers. 3.5 will be gone. Push up the requirement. Jesse, what'd you like about this ride?
Well, I just love the intensity. Obviously, the wave's more critical. It's that deeper part of the shelf, so you can see how much curve there is. That second turn, very steep. Gets a third and a fourth to finish it up, and just kicks out before the closeout because it gets pretty shallow, but she's definitely going to better her situation. Now, Caroline is a bit in trouble.
And you can tell at the end of the ride, as she's kicking off, you can see there's that little bit of pressure release. She kind of lets the shoulders hang a little lower. She breathes a little bit deeper as she ends this wave, knowing that she's really done so well to...
15 seconds. Caroline's got a chance. Needs a 6.98. Drives through that first section perfectly. Big vertical belt again. Wave starting to slow down on her after a brilliant start. The end section goes small and flat, and that'll be Caroline's last wave of the matchup. And Nichols will move on to the quarterfinals. Wild ride this morning in this first heat, but great job for Isabella Nichols to now even things up 2-2 in all-time matchups with the world champion.
Yeah, really great heat to watch. So exciting. I mean, hard luck to Caroline, but Isabella, what a comeback from her.